Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Obviously, today's intro is very different from normal. It is much more awkward. I know there's nothing I can do about that. It just happens naturally, I promise. Anyways, today, before we get into the main stuff, I do have a little bit of an announcement to tell you guys, and that is from now all the way until Sunday, May 19th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my code IMMORTAL is going to be 20% off over at controlfreak.com compared to the standard 10%. Now, you might be wondering, Zach, what are Control Freaks and why should I buy them? Well, these are Control Freaks. They're basically little stick extensions that you can use on pretty much any controller out there. Obviously, I've got them on my PlayStation 4 controller here. I've got them on my original Xbox One controller. I've got them on my super old Xbox 360 hybrid controller. I've got them on my Xbox One SCUF controller, and I've got them on my regular PS4 controller. I pretty much am like the ultimate hoarder of Control Freaks. There could be a whole TV episode about it, but regardless, essentially, Control Freaks give you more grip on the thumbsticks and also a little bit more versatility with the thumbsticks, as it's a lot easier to aim more precise with Control Freaks. So I love the product. I've been using it for years on, as you guys saw, literally every single one of my controllers. And from now until Sunday, May 19th at 11:59 p.m., you can use my code IMMORTAL for 20% off your entire order, whether it be apparel, the thumbsticks, all the other accessories that Control Freak offers. They got a ton of cool products, and I would never recommend something to you guys that I didn't personally use or endorse myself. And as you guys can see, I have a ton of Control Freaks, and I love the product. I love the brand. Super, super useful stuff if you ask me. So yeah, little announcement, and now let's get into the main video. The Days of Summer event is returning here in Black Ops 4, and arguably, it's going to be bigger than ever before, as it is essentially going to be a brand new mini operation. However, we also have some very promising information regarding the Days of Summer event extending far past Black Ops 4, which means, as a whole, Days of Summer is going to be a lot bigger than we originally expected. And with that, today we are going to be breaking down what the Days of Summer event appears to have in store for Black Ops 4 and what it has in store for Call of Duty in general as well. What's up guys, Zach or Immortal here, welcome back to the channel and thanks for stopping by. If you're new here and you want to stay up to date with the latest Black Ops 4 and Call of Duty news and intel, feel free to hit that sub button and turn on your post notifications, as we are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, which is just absolutely absurd, I might add. And of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated. And now let's get into the Days of Summer event and break down how it's actually turning out to be way more impactful than we initially imagined. For starters, I have already seen a lot of paranoia coinciding with the Days of Summer event so far, as people are thinking it's going to be another event similar to that of the Shamrock and Awe event, which, well, if you were around for it, you know how controversial it was and how much of a letdown it turned out to be. But honestly, I firmly believe the Days of Summer event is going to be very different and in a much more positive way. For one, Treyarch/Activision clearly saw the backlash with the Shamrock and Awe event, and there is no way we would ever see a round 2 of that in this reality. And secondly, Days of Summer, at least from what we know about it as of right now, is more of a new mini operation than it is just another new event. In the past, we've seen the holiday event and the Halloween event and whatnot, and those events included little mini Contraband streams filled with seasonal content comprising the tiers, with each new event having about 20 new tiers in total. Days of Summer, though, logically is going to include 50 tiers to make up for that other half of the Contraband stream that is still missing under Operation Spectre Rising. So, to clarify, Spectre Rising is Operation number 4, and it's going to be lasting the standard 70 days, but as far as the Contraband goes, Days of Summer will be part 2 of the operation and bring forth all of the content that is currently missing. Now, speaking of that missing content, what exactly can we expect to see? Well, since the last time I talked about the Days of Summer update, we actually got some new information regarding another leaked DLC weapon coming to the game in the S6 Stingray. And we also know for sure that the Mini 14 or Vendetta Sniper and the Ballistic Knife will both be coming later in the operation. And just connecting the dots here, that means we'll be seeing at least 2 new weapons introduced with the Days of Summer Contraband tiers, with a third weapon potentially being added into the mix as well, either directly through our 50 new tiers or through a separate mini event similar to the Barbarians event a little bit later on down the line. Treyarch did also respond to a tweet the other day saying that more new weapons will be coming to the game during this operation, and not just the ones that we know about. Now, we do publicly know about the Mini 14 sniper and the ballistic knife, so we can check those off right away. However, the S6 Stingray was technically leaked, and even though you and I might know about it, the general public technically doesn't, or isn't supposed to at least. So we're not entirely sure if this tweet is referencing the S6 Stingray as that unknown weapon, or if there's potentially a fourth new DLC weapon coming as well. You guys know me, in this situation, if these weapons are coming through the contraband tiers, the more the merrier, all day, every day. Oddly enough though, Black Ops 4 DLC weapons might not be the only DLC weapons we see accompany the Days of Summer event, as, get this, Call of Duty World War II is actually going to be receiving a new weapons drop as well, and my best guess is that it's going to happen right alongside the Days of Summer event. In the past, we have seen the previous few games also included within the Days of Summer event, as last year, even though World War II was the current game at the time, Modern Warfare Remastered also ended up getting the Days of Summer event too, and this year with how the timing works out that I'll break down in just a moment, I'm thinking we will probably see World War II also join in on the summer shenanigans. On a Reddit post from a few days back, Sledgehammer Games responded with a comment saying that a batch of new weapons will be coming to the game between May 31st and June 21st. Now, that by no means is a large window, or relatively speaking, a small one either, but it just so happens that in Black Ops 4, Operation Spectre Rising's contraband tiers, at least our first 50, will be going away on June 4th, according to the in-game timer countdown. Obviously, June 4th lands between our two aforementioned dates, and as of now we are anticipating June 4th to be the launch date of the Days of Summer event. So if the event goes live on all games it's planned for at the same time, we could end up seeing 2 to 3 new DLC weapons introduced into Black Ops 4, and also multiple new DLC weapons and/or new variants introduced into World War II as well, which would certainly be a huge content drop for Call of Duty as a whole. Outside of weapons though, we also know we're going to be receiving yet another new Blackout mode here in the near future with Ground War, a 50 versus 50 chaotic battle in which the last team standing wins. And this is something that I personally am very, very excited for. Team killing and friendly fire is going to be turned off in this mode, and in general, having 49 teammates instead of just 2 or 3 is going to completely change how Blackout feels and plays. But the question is, of course, when is Ground War coming? And actually, we've got a direct answer here as well, as Treyarch has replied to multiple threads regarding the launch of our first ever 50 versus 50 mode here in BO4. In response to a Reddit comment asking when 50 versus 50 is going to be coming to the game, Treyarch officially said, Ground War is currently planned to launch during the second half of Operation Spectre Rising. And as we've already discussed in this video, the second half or second part of Spectre Rising is presumably going to be Days of Summer. Now, back when Spectre Rising initially launched, the update debriefing post stated that Operation Spectre Rising would include 2 new major Blackout game modes alongside various other LTMs as well. And those 2 new major modes in specific are Bounty Hunter, which obviously went live with Spectre Rising, and also Ground War. And seeing as we have 2 parts of this operation and 2 new modes for Blackout that are being heavily hyped up, it only makes sense that one mode would debut with each part. So June 4th, once again that speculated launch date for the Days of Summer event, could actually include new weapons for Black Ops 4, new weapons and/or variants for World War II, and a huge new Blackout mode as well. But there's also one last thing I do want to touch on for the Days of Summer event, and that is the new map updates portion of the event tab on the Spectre Rising roadmap. Initially, one might think that the new map updates is referring to Blackout, since map updates have been a very prominent part of major events and operations in the past. However, I actually think this could be referring to the addition of Hacienda Twilight, which is previewed as an in-season update under the multiplayer tab for the roadmap. Now, of course, this is just going to be another variant map this time for Hacienda, much like Firing Range Night and Seaside Sunset. But technically it is a new map update, which perfectly fits the criteria listed on the Days of Summer tab, so we gotta keep our eyes out for that as well. When it's all said and done though, I am definitely anticipating our Days of Summer event to be a pretty big deal when it rolls around here in just a few weeks. And not just for Black Ops 4, but for World War II as well. With that said though, that is gonna wrap things up for today. definitely drop me a comment down below letting me know what you are the most excited about with the Days of Summer event. And of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it does really help the channel out. Lastly, if you guys are new here and you want to stay up to date with everything Black Ops 4 related, feel free to hit that sub button and turn on your post notifications. That way you'll always know when a new video goes live. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.